Hi everyone, and welcome to day 7 on our advent calendar. Let's see what's behind the door. Ooh, now, what is this? Well, this is a Filipino star-shaped lantern, otherwise known as a parol. Let's find out all about it. Grab your paints and let's get started. So this is another new one for me, the Filipino star-shaped lantern, which is a beautiful feature for them in their Festival of Light. So to draw a star, and it usually ends up being sort of tweaked a bit, but I start with a triangle and then I sort of come up both sides and then just start sort of shaping it how you want it. I might make that a bit taller. But the lantern is shaped just like this, and it has a sort of ring of lights around it as well, which we'll just sort of dot in for the time being. And then there's some lovely sort of framework on it. Okay. We're going to begin by doing some proper sort of glowing light coming from out of there. So we'll get some yellow and we'll also get a bit of red, get a bit of an orangey glow going on. So I'm going to just paint that around the star, and then I'm actually going to just dot in. Oh, we're doing some proper watercolour painting here. Get some nice lights in like that, and then we will just paint sort of around the edge of the star. And don't worry if your light from the ring sort of gets incorporated, that's absolutely fine. It's kind of what we want, really. So there we go, that is the beginning of our Filipino star lantern, and we just need to let that dry a little bit more. I am just going to add a little bit more yellow to the middle though, and maybe a little bit more yellow. I just really want to get the sort of sense of the light. There we go. Okay, let's let that dry and then we can do our decoration on it. Okay, that's dried really nicely, and now we're going to paint in some decoration on the lantern itself. Now the one I've got in my reference has beautiful sort of leaves and flowers on it, so I'm just going to paint in some very simple leaf patterns just with my green I've got in the palette. Whilst I'm waiting for that to dry, I'm going to just make a sort of dark brown metal-y colour, which is going to be the colour of the frame. So as always, blue and brown makes a very good colour. That's cool. And what we're going to do is I'm going to just paint a fine line around the edge. Notice that I'm not worrying about painting like the entirety of it, and then I'm just going to sort of paint in little curves to sort of signify the little lights. I'm doing like a little screw-in bit at the bottom. You've got to go and have a look at one of these online, they are so beautiful. Now with some nice red and a little bit of pink, a little bit of Alizarin crimson, I think. Just want it nice and bright and cheerful. So there's some sort of petals, flower petals in there. And now we can just let that dry, and then we can finish off by putting all the detail in. But whilst I wait for that to dry, what I'm going to do is take a bit more yellow and just really add a bit more sort of glow and shine to some of these lights around the edge. Right then, time to finish it off with a bit more of the lantern framework. Now, I do encourage you, if you've never seen, if some of these Christmas things you've never seen, you're like, I don't know why I'm painting it, go and look it up. Go and find out more about it, because they are absolutely wonderful, and they are as familiar to some people as Christmas trees are to other people. So, yeah, do go and check out all these things, because my favourite thing about doing the Advent calendar is discovering all these amazing cultures that even after 3 years of doing this, I'm still finding a huge amount of things I did not know about. And now we're just going to paint over the designs. Again, I'm using my size 0 brush. I haven't felt the need to go down to my size 4/10 too much yet in this Advent calendar. I think everyone has a favourite brush size. I had a phase of going through an obsession with 4/10, but I'm more of a 2/10 0 girl these days. Okay, so we'll just let that dry, rub out the pencil, and there is our Filipino Christmas lantern. So pencil's rubbed out, and whilst I was waiting for that to dry, I was just looking up a little bit more about the lantern, and during the Festival of Lights, it's actually a bamboo and paper lantern, so that frame is all bamboo, which is amazing, and it symbolises the victory of light over darkness, as well as hope and goodwill, and you can't argue with that. Right, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you again tomorrow.